Hello, friends! Welcome to our marvelous journey into the history of the Great Schism.
So where do we start?
Well, it all started in 285, when the church was spread throughout the Middle East. Tension rose and political differences occurred as the Roman Empire grew. The empire expanded and it became even harder to govern. The Emperor Diocletian divided the empire in half, which contributed even more to the miscommunications already present. As the time went by, the two halves separated further, and the Western Empire became overrun with barbarians, whilst the Eastern Empire was thriving.
Another conflict that added to the issue was the language barrier. The Eastern Empire spoke Greek, while the Western Empire spoke Latin. Due to this, the number of people who could speak both languages depleted due to the complete isolation of both sides.
As a result of everything, both sides began to have different views regarding the church. The religious authority was divided amongst 5 bishops named patriarchs. The patriarchs were assigned to the cities of Rome, Constantinople, Antioch, Jerusalem, and Alexandria.
The Patriarch of Rome was considered the first among equals, but did not have legitimate authority over the other patriarchs. This added to the heat between the halves due to Rome's location in the Western Empire. Little schisms, as they were called, occurred throughout the next centuries to further distance the church.
One of the first little schisms occurred between 343 and 398, which caused the church to split over Arianism. It was accepted in the Eastern Church by many, but not tolerated in the Western. The second schism arose when John Chrysostom wanted to be a patriarch of Constantinople. The Byzantine Emperor Arcadius refused to accept Chrysostom to be the patriarch of Constantinople. The Pope of Rome broke off all communication from the Eastern Church until 415, when the Byzantine Emperor agreed that he was a legitimate patriarch.
The third little schism occurred in 482, when the people of the Eastern Empire believed Jesus was only completely divine, but was healed in 519 when the new Byzantine Emperor, Justin I, recognized the fault in the ideas and understanding of the Church. Even though the Church was thought to be fixed by Justin I, the beliefs between the two sides still differed and continued to separate. The Eastern Patriarchs believed in Miaphysitism, and that believed that Jesus' divine side and human side were one and indivisible.
The effects of the little schisms adding up. The first problems that directly led to the Great Schism itself was that the Roman Catholic Church inserted extra words into the Nicene Creed. The Nicene Creed is a Christian statement of faith which was agreed to at a meeting in Nicaea, first called the First Council of Nicaea. This statement has been revised a couple of times, but in 431, the Third Ecumenical Council in Ephesus, another meeting, explicitly stated that further additions would not be allowed. The Roman Catholic Church added extra words anyways, and this led to conflict.
The opening statement, which read, "We believe in the Holy Spirit, the Lord, the giver of life, who proceeds from the Father," was changed by the Roman Catholic Church so that the sentence read, "We believe in the Holy Spirit, the Lord, the giver of life, who proceeds from the Father and the Son." The Roman Catholic Church had added the words "and the Son." The Eastern Orthodox Church disagreed with this addition and called it non-canonical, or not according to canon law.
Another disagreement arose over the territory of Balkans. Both the Eastern Orthodox Church and the Roman Catholic Church felt that they had jurisdiction over this area.
A third dispute was over the Patriarch of Constantinople being named the Ecumenical Patriarch. The Roman Catholic Church disagreed with this because they viewed this to mean universal patriarch. In a similar way, there was also dispute over how much power the Patriarch of Rome, the Pope, had over the other patriarchs. The other patriarchs agreed that the Pope had a higher honor than the others, but they did not agree that this meant the Pope had any other legitimate authority over the patriarchs.
A final point of disagreement between the two halves of the church were some of the practices during worship that differed. One practice related to the Eucharist. The Roman Catholic Church started using unleavened bread for the ritual, while the Eastern Orthodox Church disagreed with this. The Eastern Orthodox Church began dipping the bread in the wine, which was condemned by the Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic churches in Constantinople began using their traditional practices instead of following the Eastern Orthodox practices. Ecumenical Patriarch Michael Cerelius demanded that these churches follow the Eastern traditions. The Roman Catholic churches had the approval of the Pope Leo IX in Rome and refused. As a result, Cyrilius shut down all the churches. He then had a letter written attacking the practices of the West.
The Pope read the letter and ordered a letter to be returned to address the points made by Cyrilius and defend the supremacy of the Pope. The Pope then sent the letter with the delegation to Constantinople. The delegation arrived in April 1054. The delegation did not like the way that they were welcomed and walked out of the meeting with Cyrilius after giving him the Pope's letter.
Cyrilius, angry over the delegation's actions, became even angrier when he realized the letter sealed had been opened and the delegates had published the letter for everyone to read. As a result, the Patriarch ignored the delegates and refused to recognize their authority.
Leo IX died on April 19, 1054, and after the Patriarch Cyrilius continued to refuse to meet with the delegates from the Pope, the delegates entered the Cathedral of Hagia Sophia, the main church of the Eastern Orthodox Church, during a ceremony and placed a letter on the main altar. The letter contained the excommunication of the Patriarch of Constantinople, Michael Cyrilius.
Cyrilius burned the letter, called a papal bull, and then condemned the delegates. The Great Schism was official. The two sides still communicated with each other, but after the Fourth Crusade, Christians, with the blessing of Rome, sacked Constantinople and the Hagia Sophia. After this, the two sides rarely communicated, and attempts to reconcile failed.
Even today, still the two sides have not completely reconciled, but have at least more contact in recent years, and have attempted to solve the issues more.